Alright boys, here we go. We have our first semi-final of the day, and well, it's going to be a very interesting one. Map number 1, the best of 3 series between Planetkey Dynamics and Well Met. To the left side in blue, Well Met with Sok on the Chen, Hysterica on the Falstad, Hiruka playing the Malfurion, Hazops on the Reyna, and Nomi playing the Stitches here. To the right side of the map, we have Individuum on Brightwing, we have Forever QT on Vala, Merchen Lol is currently playing the Muradin, Anti-Hero the Arthurs, and Nepse is playing the Uther. The comps that we have in this particular match are extremely interesting. We had, by the way, Well Met take down SK Gaming to get into the semi-final, and we had Planetkey Dynamics succeed over 3D Max to end up in the semi-final here. So I'm extremely interested to see who's going to prevail there. I mean, at the same time, we are currently looking down to, well, especially Anti-Hero and Nepse currently rotating through the map and trying to maybe get an early kill with a stun into Howling Blast. But currently, the more interesting part is that we have for this team a double healer comp with double tanks, only a single DPS, and that's Vala. I really want to see what Well Met is going to do to take these heroes down. They have Malfurion for Silence, which is actually not too bad, considering there's a lot of stuff where Silence could really just screw with the entire build that they have. But at the same time, just having a quick look at what's going on here, with a Muradin, with an Arthas at the front line, and then behind that, oh, the Falstad is already being killed, apparently down here at the bottom. On the mid lane, Falstad taken out, so good job already by them. But, well, that's the first kill that we have for Planetkey Dynamics, and Hazops is also in a bit of trouble. So if you look at the heroes that we have for Planetkey Dynamics, let's talk a little bit about what we have there, not only about the type of play. We have a lot of CC, and that is what kills Hazops here. We have triple stun, basically. We have the Uther, well, look at the Polymorph. We have Polymorph, we have Disable on the Muradin, we have the Uther with another stun, we also have the Lockdown with the Arthurs, and they get 2 kills, easy peasy, right off the bat. Uther and Arthurs are rotating through the map and just taking those heroes down. It's going to be absolutely insane at this point, because there's so much heal in this. Not only the healers themselves, but only the Arthurs can, of course, with the Rune Tap, with the Coil, and then later on also with the Army of Vidad, heal himself. So killing him is nearly impossible. And with all that CC that we have on those teams, this is going to get extremely nasty in my opinion. So let's see, of course, how it's going for the other team, for Well Met. Well Met at this point is going for simply a Chen and the Stitches. Very, very solid front line as well. Also, once again, the double tank meta that we have for them. They were forced into the Malfurion since Brightwing and Uther were already taken, so they're most likely going to try and just like do the best out of the situation, which is the lockdown on the entangling roots. They have good damage with the, with the Reyna and also with the Falstad. The one thing, of course, that you have to remember here is that the Reyna is a hero that can definitely take a punch, but at the same time he has no real escape. The only thing that he has is his Q when he can push a hero back with his shot, but that's already it. So if you miss that, or if you're just like in a bit of a bad spot there, you will die. Positioning with Reyna is extremely important. It's not easy to pull off in such a competitive environment. There comes the hook against Merchen Lol. He already jumps back immediately. And, well, we have them angling towards the first tribute with the Brightwing down at the bottom, of course, always in a position where he can just, like, move in and take a very, very quick dive in there, if need be, with the Z. In terms of like builds that we have so far, everything pretty much normal. We're gonna have another look at that. Brightwing actually going for Envenom here. We have double Envenom with the Arthurs, and that puts a lot of pressure, especially in the early game, on Well Met. Level 6 versus level 6.5. Hysterica is trying to get it here, is already about to move in. An Anti-Hero with a quick coil, able to just like prevent the worst for now. Anti-Hero on the Arthurs, extremely low, but so is the Chen. Arthurs is already moving back, but in comes Hazops trying to drop him, not able to do that. Too much heal at least for now. Merchen Lol, the rest of the team are pushing Hysterica back. He's getting stunned and he's getting dropped here. Wow, another Howling Blast hitting home. Anti-Hero on the Arthurs moving back for now. Very little that the opponent can do there, not with this much heal around the corner, especially of course as the Uther has a very, very sick burst heal. Level 7 is currently already at the level 7 is at this point actually already on the board for them. And we are having once again the Storm Bolt build on the Muradin. We're having the Rune Tap on the Arthurs, and at the same time now the Clairvoyance on the Uther. So the supports here doing a really good job. That double support support is extremely strong right now, thanks to that amazing amount of crowd control that they have with a stun on the Uther. The damage is really something that comes in over time, especially the Arthurs can do quite a bit of damage if played correctly, and especially, of course, if the Frostman is going to be put into place. With Forever Cutie, you have with Vala a hero that can do a lot of damage thanks to the build that we have now with the multi-shot, especially in 5 versus 5 team fights. The bit of an experience lead that we see for Planetkey Dynamics is also something that puts them in a spot where they still start pushing lanes with the camps that they have, but this Golem camp being taken this early already, even before the 4-5 minute mark, is extremely strong. Merchant LOL needs to be careful though, like he is extremely low. Just one more hit and he's gonna go down there. Forever QT is able to drop the boss in the end though, and that early boss is gonna do quite some work, especially since it appears exactly at the same time as we have another tribute down at the bottom. So all of well met are down to the bottom lane already, but Uther goes down. Oh my god, Hysterica. Yes, they're gonna kill him. They get the false set, they get the counter kill. Really well done here by Planetkey Dynamics. And well, looking up to the top, that's where the boss together with Muradin is already doing quite some work. That gate is gonna fall, and with all those towers out of ammunition, that boss is gonna survive for quite some time to do his damage. From the bottom lane, we have Sokka and Hiruka moving in. Merchant LOL just moving back in the last second, also going in for another quick stun against one of the creeps, taking out the one that does the most damage. Here comes another slam, and it looks like we might maybe have a bit more of a rotation. Nah. Planetkey Dynamics is just focusing more on the bottom lane than anything else, but the Tribute is spawning at the top. They have the 10 a lot faster though, and they're actually already looking at level 11 here, with Blink Heal being taken, we have the Rain of Vengeance, and basically all the standard build. Oh, Nomi in a bit of trouble here. Nomi needs to be careful on the Stitches, going for another hook maybe there, towards the Tribute, gets Vala, and Forever Cutie is immediately being gorged, but there's Anti-Hero, and Vala moves back. Shotgun, doing some damage, but not enough, and look at that drop on 2 heroes. Falstad and Stitches go down in an instant. And we have, of course, here also Tranquility. We have Reyna's Raiders for the DPS, for the single target DPS, and it looks like Sokka might fall as well. He's trying to escape, as we can see right now, but yes, that is not gonna happen. There comes once again the Disable with a Polymorph, and he's getting dropped by Vala in a second. 7 kills against 1 on the board in favor of Planetkey Dynamics right now. And they are currently moving in once again, trying to just like take that out. There we go, that push against the middle with like heroes at the top and at the bottom lane, making sure that there is still some experience that they can soak. And that's exactly what they're doing right now. So great job so far by Planetkey Dynamics. They have taken out 3D Max, an extremely strong team in Europe at this point. And we have 2 tributes already on the board for them as well. And with that 3rd tribute, they would curse well met. And with the 13 talent already in their hands, that is of course an extremely dangerous situation to be in right now. Anti-Hero moves back, but he gets dropped there. Wow, he didn't get a chance to do anything there. And that of course is gonna seal the fate of this tribute. Well met with a very nice move there. Isolating that hero was extremely nice. Nomi got an easy hook there. I actually think that Arthurs was a bit out of position at this point, probably trying too fast to get into position and not waiting for the rest of his team. Right now we have the double rewind, of course, also for the supports here. Well, not only for the supports, one for the Muradin and one for the Brightwing, and that gives them so much more crowd control. That means double Stormbolt and double Polymorph, which is going to be extremely powerful, of course, in the hands of the team at this point. The 13 talent, the 14 around the corner, up at the top, the 4th already about to go down, and of course with that extra damage on the Muradin against structures with the Stormbolt, this is going to be dropped in just a second, and there we go. Merchant LOL is still there. We have down to the bottom lane, the boss now for Well Met starting to move in. They grabbed that one, and are now able to probably take that 13 talent in just a second. The problem is that with the boss already down here, that tribute up there is dangerously far out of reach. We have Anti-Hero trying to take this camp, but he might have to move back. This is going to get extremely close. I don't think they can take that tribute, can they? They're taking the camp. Up here the tribute is already there, and that's curse. That's curse for them, meaning that this boss down here is going to do even more damage than you already did. And up at the top lane, they might actually lose one of their heaps. Well, Matt is doing very well here right now, but in comes Merchant LOL. They're jumping in. Reyna's Raiders already called down, and they're just like chasing everything away. Look at that stun against Hazorps. The Reyna in trouble, but his passive already heals him. He gets locked down again, and here comes the burst with Forever QT even dropping the Rain of Vengeance. Stitches goes down as well. It is a double kill already. Vala is pretty low, but with all that heal around the corner, there's nothing that Wilmette can do against her. Soccer is once again getting disabled, and goodbye Chen. He drops as well. 4 kills against 0. That's the score at the end of the fight. Level 13 versus level 15 with a 16 about to be reached here. The boss to the bottom lane still doing a bit of damage and was at least able to kill one of the forts. But still, this double healer, double tank comp is doing quite some work. Looking at the damage here for a second, just to give you a bit of an idea what we're currently talking about. Forever QD is currently on 17,000. We have Anti-Hero on the Arthurs is still on a solid 12. That's the same amount of DPS that Drainer has been able to dish out so far in the game. And it's just the healing that we have there. They healed up 25,000 with their 2 heroes, and that completely negates the damage of 2 heroes in the game. 2 heroes of Wilmette, the damage negated completely. So right now we have at this point 16 versus 14, which means that we have Executioner. We talked about that talent in combination with like the Frost Shot and also the Arthur's Aura already earlier. Great hook against the Muradin though. Merchant Lol is jumping away and not being taken out, and of course he's already being healed. And at the same time, do we have them jump back in and try to take that fight? Rainer's Raiders are still halfway in the duration. The second hook of Nomi doesn't hit anything, and suddenly it's a turnaround as we have them moving straight up against Wilmette, but Wilmette already on the move back. So at this point, still the 16 talent on the board, and the next tribute is of course then also going to grant the curse to Planetkey Dynamics, if they get it, if they get the tribute. We have down here Bribewing already taking 1 camp, and up to the top, that's where the boss is currently being attacked. Wilmette, not really apparently sure what they want to do here. They will need the 16, and they're not sure where their opponents are. So there we have a couple of blind hooks, like just in the bushes over there. But already that boss is nearly down, and it really looks like they don't realize that the boss is currently being taken, or they're just afraid to move in without them having the 16 talent, which I perfectly understand there. And now with the boss taken, that's of course a lot of pressure at the top lane already, whereas the middle is being attacked here. Hiruka is a bit far out. He needs to be careful. There's not really much that can drop him off the horse though. And yeah, they're not going to get him there. But they were trying to move towards him. And now they're just like going down to take one of the towers. And look at that damage that Muradin can dish out with one single Storm Bolt now that he has that talent that he has taken on level 4. Which is pretty incredible. And they still do not have that talent. And of course, with the boss starting to move in up at the top lane against the wall here, they have to abandon the bottom fort, and that's where we see the entire team for Planetkey Dynamics now doing work and just like taking that down. They're moving in, taking down the fort, and also taking down the rest of the wall here, the tower, and they have nearly level 18 nearly. And they are apparently trying to go for that boss, or actually like they're just like looking at the area. It's another 15 seconds. I thought it was a bit closer. And the 16 talents is now there for their opponent's team. Oh, apparently the attempt to capture a hero out of guard. We already have another tribute coming in right here. Is Falset falling into the trap? No, he's not. He's moving up to the top here. We have now also, interesting, for the Rainer, actually the Bullseye being taken. Most people would go for the Berserk here, but Bullseye is a very valid choice that we see sometimes. Not all that often, though. Here comes that fight again. Sokka is in a bit of trouble. Forever QT is jumping away and is using once more his Rain of Vengeance also to give him some safety. Nice entangling route that we see from the Malfurion. Individuum is extremely low on the Brightwing. Brightwing is dead, but Sokka is about to die as well. Just barely moving away, and Anti-Hero kills him after all. Falstad is also in a bit of trouble here. Oh my god. Falstad, yeah, he's not making it, is he? Nepsa is low too, though. It's 3 for 2. That's the kill count. It's a 3 for 3, and both of the tanks are still alive. And of course, the Uther clone is still there as well. Nomi in a bit of trouble, and Merchant Lol is starting to assist him. Sokka doesn't have his ultimate anymore. Sokka does not have his heroic ability any longer, and that means that Shen is not gonna make it here. It's once again a win for Planetkey Dynamics. They take another one, and now there's another tribute ending up in the hands of one of the German teams. I was about to say the German team, and then I realized they're both actually German. But as you can see, we have the curse now against Wilmette, and of course that is giving Planetkey Dynamics a lot more momentum than they already have, and they have a lot of that. I mean, the kill count is 15 kills against 5 at this point. We're having level 18 versus level 17. The 20 is gonna hit then pretty soon. And that boss down here, that's of course a sore point now. Because at this moment, I'm not sure who's going to take that. I think that's going to be the next crucial thing to get on this map, trying to go for the boss or just like attack your opponent while they're going for it. And the Chen is going to be back in time. Chen is going to be back in time, so what we're going to see Planetkey Dynamics do is most likely, well, they're grabbing the hard camp right now with the help of Bribe, and that is already going to give them some time, and it looks like Soccer and the rest of his team are moving in, but they're a bit too late. Yes, they're too late. The hook is not in time. Soccer might be in too much trouble there. He's getting disabled, but no, that shock and awe hitting at least 2 heroes. But here comes once again the Rain of Vengeance, and Soccer is nearly losing everything. His triple is already down. Merchant LOL survives. Oh my god. And they get a second kill as well. This is going to bring the boss right into their arms. They're going to take that easily. Like, this is going to be an easy pick for them. Getting that boss right here. Merchant LOL, anti-hero, Neps, Individuum, and Forever Cutie moving in, taking that down. And of course, for well met, this is just a downward spiral at this point. Like, this is snowballing out of control for them. They're trying to get another camp now to just relieve some of the pressure that they're in right now. But they really just have to defend against the boss, and it looks more and more like they're actually going to see Planetkey Dynamics move in with the boss, trying to fight in his shadow to maybe utilize that slam to their advantage and go in and take the first keep now. And I would be very much surprised if there's anything that Wilmet can do about that. They have the Chen back in about 5 seconds. Oh, but maybe with a good hook, and that hook was extremely good. Getting that hook, dropping it, yes, that's an easy kill there against the Vala. Very well done, and they get maybe the kill against Nepsa too. That's exactly what they need to maybe start a comeback here. That boss is still there though, attacking the keep, and they cannot chase too much. If they chase too hard, then they might still lose the keep. Anti-hero is extremely low, but he's getting healed, and healed again, but he might die as well. Soccer about to go down too. It's a 1-for-1. Nepsa moving away, and he gets actually away. Does he? I'm not so sure, but yeah, looks like it. And of course we have the Arthurs already back, thanks to the resurgence that he has picked on the 20 here. But Merchant LOL is still trying to escape. He's jumping in again actually with the avatar form. He's trying to move straight into that. And about to go down. Brightwing is there for the blink heal. Oh, but yeah, he dies. He still has the resurgence up. And the problem that Planetkey Dynamics runs right now is that they are feeding their opponent one hero after another. Anti-hero moving in again on the Arthurs, definitely a mistake. That should not have happened. Like, he lost that now, they lost him too, but of course that keep in the meantime was destroyed. But yeah, Anti-hero and also Muradin both still had the resurgence up, so Anti-hero moving in again was absolutely useless. The Arthurs didn't really stand a chance there. Even with a single kill, I don't think it would have been worth it to do that. Now they lost a lot of the momentum that they had on the map, and they decide to go straight for the boss at the top, as they now see the entire team of Wilmet moving down to the Tribune and trying to capture that. We have double resurgence, we have Blink on the Vala, we have Storm Shield and Divine Hurricane taken by Team Planetkey Dynamics, and that boss is of course, well, Wilmet is not going to make it. Not in time. Not in time for that, no. So the boss is going to be taken by the team here. Maybe we could see a hook by Stitches. Nomi is already there, but the stun, Merchant LOL out of position, and yes, he is going to die here. Very nice combination that we saw, and now he's down for 60 seconds. I'm not quite sure why exactly he moved down to the bottom, with him already knowing that the team had to move there. That was a bit of a weird movement on the map, but well, be it as it may, that's of course a chance that Wilmet has now to come back into the game. Wilmet is taking all the opportunities that they have, and they are going to get the 20 back. And that's pretty unfortunate if you think about it for Planetkey Dynamics. They were so far ahead in experience that they should have been in a position where they could have dominated the objectives and the mercenaries for quite some time. And now as it happens, they kind of squander that opportunity a bit, with overstaying their welcome at the bottom left and then losing 3 heroes in a row in fights that were not really to their advantage. But still, as long as they start to they get 1 Tribune. As long as they don't make any like crucial mistakes, they're still in a good spot, since they took down not only a keep, but they have another boss already putting damage on the second one. So it's not like they are behind or anything. They're actually still ahead 1 level, and they took 20% of the core of their opponent with the last boss that they had there. But now we have the 20 for both teams. That means double resurgence on Stitches and Chen also for Wilmet, the Blast of Awe, Storm Shield, and Bolt of the Storm. So pretty much very similar heroics that we have to the opponent's team. I mean, at that point, well, yeah, starting to move in, take down the hard cam, mid lane is being contested right now. And this is all a setup for the next fight. And oh, there it is. Merchant Lol gets jumped here, but he jumps in with an avatar, misses his Stormbolt actually, gets hit hard by the Blast of Awe, but they're about to drop Soccer, but Muradin is already down and he did not have Resurgence up. Neps is being chased. Oh, and hooked again. Yep, there we go. Nice job by Hiruka. I really like the Malfurion that we see from Hiruka here. Already placing down his roots in a position where he knows that his opponent is going to be caught off guard if he wants to run away, and that's happened several times right now. He secured kills for his teams over and over again. Was very well done. So good job by Hiruka and the Malfurion. Doing a very good job with that. And Planetkey Dynamics is falling apart a bit. They are still ahead in experience, but they are starting to struggle here. They're actually starting to struggle a lot. They lost the healer, they lost the Muradin, and now they are in a position where even with all the heal that they have, their lineup is completely taken apart one by one, and another hook might actually seal the deal here. If they start losing heroes while they are still down in numbers, then they might lose the game now. And, well, Nomi, I think he just missed the hook, didn't he? Or is the hook still ready? Do we see one? No. 2 seconds on the Muradin, 11 on the Uther, and now they finally come back. Planetkey Dynamics, they really have to just, like, take a deep breath and reset everything and say, like, alright, we kind of had an advantage, we wasted it a bit, we had a few unfortunate fights, but let's just relax and take it one fight at a time and make sure that we are set up for the next one and get in a stable position. Oh, that root! Oh, that's exactly what they needed. That's exactly what Planetkey Dynamics needed. An easy double kill and a free boss. Wow. Well, Matt just blew that completely. Getting rooted by the golem in that situation while the opponent's team was moving in. That was easy peasy. An easy kill for the opponent's team, and this could be game. Are they moving in? It's a 4 versus 5. It looks like they're trying to go for the kill at the bottom. They know that the core is already down to 80%. Are they fighting for it? They're taking it with the Brightwing. They're taking with the Brightwing currently the tribute. They jump in as the boss starts to move in. Brightwing should be here any second now. And there he is. Brightwing is there, and here comes the boss, and they are gonna try and fight that right now. Neps is moving back. Soccer with the triple panda. He's going straight for the Storm, Earth, and Fire. The rest of the team moves in. The boss is already hammering at the core. Nice stun here by the Uther. Hiruka down, and Falstad still gone. And this has to be game. I mean, that boss is doing work. And suddenly Chen is dead as well. This is GG, ladies and gentlemen, in game number 1 of the best of 3 series. Here at the GO4Heroes semi-final. Good job that we saw here by Planetkey Dynamics. They win the first game in the best of 3 series against Wellmet. Let's jump into game number 2 to see how that series goes. Game on! Game number 2 in the best of 3 series between Wellmet and Planetkey Dynamics here at the GO4Heroes monthly final. And starting to the left side of the map, we have Wellmet. And they are currently actually like fighting my insanity for the place of being the team that takes the most time of actually doing their picks and bans. Soccer finally decided to go on the Chen. Tyria is playing the Vala. Hiruka with Uther, Hazos with the Tychus, and Nomi made us wait like 3 or 4 minutes until he finally picked the Muradin, even though we all knew he would do it. So Muradin for Nomi. And to the right side of the map, we currently have Planetkey Dynamics, 1-0 in the best of 3 series for them with Individuum on the Brightwing, Antihero on the Arthurs, Forever Curie on the Falstad, Merchant Lol is playing the Stitches, and Nepse is playing the Zeratul. We are on Blackheart's Bay this time, and let's see how exactly this is going to plan out for Planetkey Dynamics. Are they going to get the 2-0 against Wellmet here on the second map? Are they going to get the victory right away and advance to the finals, but they would meet Wellmet, or who's going to take the win here? Down to the bottom lane, that's where we're currently having 4 players waiting for the chest to spawn. 50 in-game seconds, that's the time. All the way up at the top, that's where we're currently having Hiruka being pushed back, and that of course first wave eliminated as fast as possible to have the extra experience there. Neps even waiting around a little bit longer to get also the last creep before they move in to take the chest. And the chest, of course, that is going to be a mix between top and the bottom. Both teams getting 5 coins here. So right now, a couple of things that we should maybe like point out. We have a ban on the Malfurion, God knows why, for well met. I don't really think that we're in a situation where we're going to have that really matter, but I guess it was because of the double healer that we saw in the last game that they didn't really want to go, their opponents, to go for the double support again. The other ban was the Abathur, taken out by, of course, Planetkey Dynamics. Right now, if we're looking at the lineup that we see here, we have actually like double tank for Planetkey Dynamics and also double tank for the opponent's team. Soccer barely surviving down here, but we saw just the Tigers in the last second being dropped, and therefore the first blood once again for Team Planetkey Dynamics again. And of course, for well met, that is already spelling out quite some trouble. I mean, the first kill is not really as significant as in other MOBAs like LoL or Heroes of the Storm. Dota 2, of course, but the problem still is that if you fall behind in a game like that, it can still snowball, especially on a map like this. And if you're already down one game in the best of 3 series, then you should be really careful with that, especially since we have Xerath, Tool and Falstad here on the team for Planetkey Dynamics with the gathering power. Nomi is getting dropped here as well, the dwarf not making it, and this is getting quite ugly, because not only is the dwarf down, they are also going to lose a tower here, and we all know what that means. That means that the first ghost ship is going to be extremely effective, especially since they might actually just like go for the second one, and they're already starting to drop the tower here. Those additional cannons or cannonballs are going to do a lot of damage, and they have an experienced lead as well. We also have double envenom, which of course on level 4 is also extremely strong, and well, let's see how exactly this is going to work out there. If you look at the two lineups that we have, the Tigers is definitely one of the first picks that we're currently seeing in terms of DPS. The Falstad is usually a close second, but it's starting to move away from the Falstad and a little bit more closer to the Vala. But Forever Cutie on the Falstad is still going to have a lot of mobility and also like damage output on the map. When it comes down to the tanks, the Stitches is an extremely good initiator with his hook, which we've seen in the last game already. But it's just like mere tankiness, that's where Chen really shines, thanks to his Storm, Earth and Fire that he can utilize. We already have both teams really getting quite a lot of coins here, and just to visualize that once again, we have currently 9 coins taken, with already a few taken in just now. Vala is actually being dropped up to the top. We have Nepsa moving in, and with 3 kills against 0, this is starting to get a bit ugly here, and they're pushing in another lane without just yet utilizing those additional like coins that they already have. 9 coins on the way of well met, and we have like 5, 6 coins, 7, and a few more on side of Planetkey Dynamics. Merchant LOL with a hook, and Tiruka is not gonna make it there. Nope, he drops his coins as well, and that's currently 10 coins for the team. They're about to turn that in, and that means of course that this fort is gonna drop now. And not only that, like the ship is gonna attack the top lane after that and put some more pressure onto those towers here. So a really good start that we're currently seeing for Planetkey Dynamics. They're doing a great job with that. And looking at the level 7 talents that we've already talked about in previous games, we see a very similar situation once more. We even have a cleanse here that you can use to, for example, cleanse a hook as well. This talent is really absolutely incredible. You need, of course, to have like very good timing on the Uther there to really just like use it on its fullest extent, but still, it's a great talent to have, especially on a Uther that knows what he's doing. We have level 10 already, level 10 versus 8, a 2-level advantage at this point in the game. That is crazy. That is insane. And it looks like Nepsa might actually just like move down, lay a trap, and maybe like take the Chen down, because the Chen is already getting pressured here. And they see that Soke has 11 coins, and well, I can tell you one thing, 11 coins is a pretty tasty meal. And, yep, Nepsa is there, and immediately starts attacking the Chen. Uh-oh, Individuum is already going for the attack. Oh, but the heal in the last second. Nepsa moves in too much. Here comes heroic ability, though, and he's actually... Oh, Hysterica is about to die, and he's also using, of course, the Void Prism to isolate him now. 1 hero down, the Chen dropping 11 coins up for grabs. Triple kill! Oh, God, it's 7 kills against 0. Individuum actually drops out of the game for a second, but comes back already. The coin count alone, I mean, this is ugly. This is really ugly. Fort number 2 is now going to drop. They're going to take this down, and they still have 9 coins. They stole all the coins from their opponent's team. It's 7 kills against 0. At this point, they're dominating the match. And Forever Cutie even like bribed the camp to the left side, as you could just see. Merchant LOL has still 10 coins, another 3 on the Falstad, and with also additional coins on the Arthurs in just a second when he takes that. We will see them with another ship. If they want to have another ship, they're gonna get it. They have enough coins. They can just simply turn in and get the third ship. And guess what? Hell yeah, that third ship is gonna drop the bottom fort without a problem whatsoever. They're completely dominating the game right now. It's 13 versus 10. Finally, when the heroic ability is on the board for Well-Met, we are already having an additional talent for their opponent's team with double rewind, double relentless, and that is crazy. That's absolutely crazy right now. Stitches is trying to turn in. They are turning around and they are angry. They're trying to go for Soke. Here comes the Storm Earth and Fire that is using. Brightwing needs to jump in and he's going to do that in just a second. That rewind alone is going to be absolutely crazy. Here comes the ultimate. Hiruk is in trouble. He might actually go down. He gets envenomed once again. Soke is already extremely low and he doesn't have his ultimate any longer. Soke is dead. Merchant, lol, Gorgeous, another one. Nomi in trouble too. And up here they just killed Tychus. They killed two. They might get a third if they go for the dwarf down here. Nomi is just like running. He's running as fast as he can, but he's not gonna make it. Nope, there is already the Arthurs together with the Brightwing, dropping him, and they can turn in again. They could even take down the fort before they do that and then put some pressure onto the opponent's forts as well. Or the opponent's keeps, I should probably say. This is like they're getting outplayed completely. At this point, they are getting heavily outplayed. Up at the top, we have the boss now being attacked. The fort down here is being dropped easily, of course, by Anti-Hero, and the siege shines in the back. And then they can just like turn in, pay once again, and that will put pressure onto that middle keep already. And that's trouble. And of course, with them also grabbing the boss up at the top, I mean, what else can you do? You're falling behind so fast at this point if you're playing for Well-Met that every single move that you make out onto the map is already a wrong move or just like a big risk that you take. And I think that's something that you just like can't do. The only thing that you can do is just like grab as many of the camps that are as close to you as possible and then try to deal with the boss, try to deal with the lanes. But now, of course, with additional chests appearing on the map, I mean, you're not going to move out and try to grab those when you're an entire level when you have 3 levels behind and an entire talent behind. But you kind of have to do something. The problem is if they don't contest at any point, then what's going to happen is that we have Planetkey Dynamics just control all of the mercenary camps on the map, push them in constantly, grab the coins, move into the middle, and just like get one barrage after another and take down structures simply by ruling the objectives. And that's exactly what's happening right now. I mean, if you look again at the talents that we're currently seeing, or let's say at the coins first, look at the objectives here. We have currently, that's 21, that's 26 coins that they have. With the camps that they're taking towards the left side right now, that is 2 additional ships. That's 2 additional ships that we're going to see. If they're not being stopped, they're going to turn in 2 more ships. What does that mean? That means that the keep here is going to die, and they're also going to kill the top keep. So 2 of the keeps would be eliminated. So right now they just want to fight before the 16 talent is there. But the turn-in is real. They turn in already. We have 2 heroes just trying to run away, being chased. But that could now also mean that we're going to see the 16 talent versus the 13. And that's, of course, what Well-Met was trying to prevent here. Oh, God! That Void Prism hitting 3! And they just go for Soke, and he's already super low on his pandas. Finally, the Void Prison is gone. Nice rate of vengeance that we see there. The potential drop against maybe one of the heroes, but the shock, and oh, Hiruk is low. Is Nepsa jumping in? He doesn't even have to. He can go in right now. Individuum already killed him. 3 down, 4 down. This is just... oh my god. I'm not allowed to say on stream what exactly that is. Hashtag Rigoronis. Nothing is safe here anymore. This is just a disaster for Well-Met. I mean, they are getting obliterated. This is not even close. The keep at the bottom lane is now being demolished, and with that keep being down, that means like the mid keep is gone as well, thanks to the last bombardment that we saw there. And they are just moving back, and with all the coins that they still have, they can go for another turn in. The Stitches is already on the way with another 7 coins. This one up here is gonna fall to the next barrage, and they are just like doing such a great job. They are moving to the right side, they are bribing again. That's like 2 more coins for them. It's 14 kills against 0 at this point. 14 against 0. I mean, now what are you going to do here? Nepsa might have to jump away, and he does that already. But here's the rest of the team. Nepsa still running, still running. We have Brightwing all the way up at the top. Forever QD is moving back. Apparently they don't want to take that fight. They are 4 level ahead, by the way. 4 level. That is insane. I don't know when I have seen that the last time in a competitive match. But yeah, Blackheart's Bay at that point is just a map where something like that happens. On the other hand, like if your opponent has a lot of coins and you win one team fight, you can immediately come back by just like winning the fight itself and then turning in and getting a ship. But, well, without the 16 talent, with a 3-level disadvantage, soon to be a 4-level disadvantage again, once level 18 is hit, how likely is that really going to be? Another 1.5 minutes on the boss up here. Down to the bottom, Nomi is in a bit of trouble, but it's a 3 versus 5 right now, but the rest of the team is moving in. Nepse is going nice, yes. That was a decent Void Prison. They eliminate as much as they can. The entire team moves into the Void Prison, trying to escape right now with a good Rain of Vengeance being dropped by the Vala, but Vala does not survive. Hysterica goes down, 3 heroes down, and Taikes about to die as well. The Chen already dead. Hazobs is moving away, and oh my god, gets hooked in once more. Goodbye, Hazobs, and well, this is usually, like if there was a surrender button, Wellmet would just hammer it down right now. They wouldn't like even press it, they would just like drop a hammer on it, because at that point they're getting hammered so much into the ground that they probably won't be able to sit for a week. Let's just say it like that. That's probably like putting it decently what's happening here. This is game, of course, and that means that we are going to see Planetkey Dynamics in the finals, ladies and gentlemen, against El Nexo. Or, well, is Wellmet maybe able to hold that for a little bit longer? It doesn't really look like it, does it? Well, they might have a chance there. They're already killing the false there. They get 1 kill. That's 22 on the board. 18. Are they getting it? There goes the Zeratul. Nope. This is game. It's a 2-0 at the end of the match. The victor is Planetkey Dynamics with a 2-0 against Wellmet, advancing now to the finals against El Nexo.